Here we are on the set of the 3900 series of Love of Quilting. And Sarah, I really enjoyed your stocking episode.
Oh, thank you.
And I really enjoyed all the embellishment that you showed with it. But we got a toy that I think might work on your stockings.
So I have to make another stocking now with this fun little ribbon embroidery attachment. I know PFAFF sent us a little present to play with this time around, and it is the Creative Ribbon Embroidery Attachment.
Goes on the Creative icon.
Yeah, on the Creative icon. They have some pretty slick attachments for their machines.
It's always fun to play with toys.
Yes, so what I've got here is just hooped fabric like normal, but I've attached the ribbon attachment, and we're just gonna let it run here. It's gonna stitch a little flower, and then maybe we'll stop and take a peek at it.
And you've got tearaway.
Yeah, it's just the same, it's a tearaway we've been using all week, so just something behind the fabric to stabilize it. But these designs by nature are fairly loose because of the ribbon stitching.
I can't wait.
Yay, let's see what it looks like. So we just have a satin ribbon that's already pre-wound into the attachment, and it's kind of spinning as it's stitching, so don't be alarmed by that little sound that you're hearing. They kind of just click together, and it's the rotation of the attachment.
So the ribbon is wound, and it said, Sarah, it said you can get up to 26 feet of ribbon wound up in there.
It's a lot of stitching. Oh my gosh, it's neat. You can see that the ribbon is starting to sort of flip and curl a little bit as it's stitching. We did turn the speed down a little bit. It recommends that you turn the speed down before stitching these designs out.
It needs time to rotate.
Yeah.
So it's a flat ribbon, so it has to rotate so that it can lay fairly flat, but it's going to have a lot of dimension to it.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's neat. It's getting close to done.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's done the middle, and it's doing each of the petals. Oh, you can kind of see it on screen.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching the stitch out progress there. And
we really slowed it down. I bet you could go faster than this.
Can you speed it up a little bit? We'll roll the dice. There we go.
There we go.
Now we're at 3/4 speed.
Okay.
You're starting to sound like me as an embroiderer, getting a little impatient. So you did a really fun segment with embroidery, and we've just been kind of having fun working that into more of the quilts. It's kind of something newer for Love of Quilting to be incorporating more of these machine techniques, but Angela and I both really enjoy that, so it's been fun.
Yeah, anytime you can kind of do something decorative, it'll bring some life to the project.
Extra dimension, extra flair.
And this is where I would just get a cup of coffee and sit and watch it go.
I know, usually when my machine's embroidering, I'll be sewing on a different machine, but with something like this, it's really kind of fascinating to watch.
Yeah. I wonder if that tail, I guess it'll get caught by the what we stitch at the end.
Yeah, because it does have you pull a tail on the underside of it just so that it can catch it and get it going.
Got it.
So,
you know, and anytime you get a toy like this, you want to play. You want to do something like this and go, I don't know, let's see what it does.
Right.
Don't do it on your project that you're in love with for the first time.
Yeah, test on the scrap fabric to see what it does before you put it on a quilt you spent, hours, weeks creating.
And it says it can do all different kinds of widths of different ribbon.
There was a place that it prompted me to set the ribbon width and also the pivoting height. So it's kind of neat. It walks you right through the different steps that you need to take to be prepared. Now, stitching with embroidery here, I always use an embroidery needle. We are stitching through ribbon, but I've just got a regular rayon thread in the machine, so it's just applying the ribbon to the surface of the fabric. So I used my normal embroidery kind of settings, and for that, typically with embroidery, if I'm just using a standard 40 weight embroidery thread with quilter's cotton with a stabilizer, 7511 embroidery needle is right where you want to be. So,
and it did say that it had specific size hoops that it worked with. It wanted you to use, choose from these specific sizes.
And it's the larger ones because you've got to have room for the attachment.
Sure, that makes total sense.
Even though the design that we're working with fits inside the smallest hoop size, we did need to use a slightly larger embroidery hoop.
Does it tell you, I guess it just has the little crosshairs that travel along.
Process icon too.
It's just doing those outer ribbons.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Oh, we are. Oh, I do. I see it coming to life.
Yeah. So how much embroidery have you been playing with? I know you've been dabbling a little bit.
You know, I've mostly been doing like straight stitch in order to cut things out for applique. But I want to do more like holiday kind of stuff, like table runners and things with holiday. Yeah. And there's so many designs that come with the MySewNet area and the online embroidery library with PFAFF. Because you were even finding some that were like, didn't you say that you found like Cruella de Vil and?
I did. There were some really cute Disney designs built into it with Cruella de Vil and lots of quilting designs because I like to do quilting in the hoop a lot of the time, so there were a lot of those. So there are great designs built in and then also available to you on MySewNet. Ooh, we're almost done.
Nice.
All right.
I love that it was smarter than us. It was like, just put the hoop in and believe.
Exactly. Trust the process. Okay, so as it's finishing, we're gonna just take a quick break. I'm gonna detach it and we'll take a peek at what it looks like, okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, how pretty is that?
That is so fun.
So I could trim that excess off or even bury it to the back side. I think it's stitched in pretty well.
Sure. Give a little snip.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really adorable. And this would be really fun on a stocking too.
Well, I can't wait to see what you do with this for a project for next season.
Yeah, toys are fun.